Hello and welcome. As you can tell, this kind of a crappy looking piece of wood, ain't it? What we're gonna make out of it is a carving hammer. Doesn't look the best in the world. I mean, it's got bug bites in it and everything else. I've stripped her a little bit, but what I stripped her with was from this, which doesn't really help much. It's Mulberry. You can tell there's holes in it and stuff from where bugs got a little bit into it, woodpeckers and such. A couple really good holes for woodpeckers. And what the ends looked like initially was this. Looks like a rotten piece of wood, right? Here's the other side. Looks nasty. It was sitting out probably about 2 winters now. Well, I decided, with the insistence of a buddy of mine, that I wanted to make a carving hammer. And if you look on the inside, she suddenly don't look so bad. She's good. She doesn't have much in the way of cracking. Now, I'm by no means an expert. Don't get me wrong. Several people, if this even gets off the ground and people watch it, know more about wood than I do. I mean, this crack right here, that's got the chance of going in pretty deep. If you look on the side, it runs to about here. But considering it's going to be a handle and I'm probably going to be shaving down to about here for a handle, I'll just keep in mind that this is going to be handle side. And before everybody goes on about fancy tools and using the spoke shave and all that good stuff, I chopped those 2 ends off with that Stanley right there. That little piece of crap, like $10 Stanley. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this file. It's a bastard file. Main thing I'm wanting is just this sharp edge here. I'm going to take this nice squishy soft crap off the outside that the elements have given me and get down to the good stuff. I'm going to see if I can't film a little bit of it. If not, see, you can just shave. Now you want to cut off the bigger sticks. Those are going to leave your eyes, or your knot holes. But you're going to want to shave all of this ooey gooey nastiness off. I've never done this before, but I do know how to treat wood a little bit. So I'll return once I've gotten a little ways into it, and we'll take a look and see what we've got. Hey, I've just been doing this maybe 3-4 minutes, not even a full song with, and already I'm getting down to what I would like to call decent wood. I don't know if it comes through on here, but I haven't shaved all the way down so you can see the nastiness. And you can see the nastiness across through here still. But right in here, that looks like some decent wood. I mean, it's just a touch damp yet, which means I gotta shave down further. But I have shaved a ton off this thing already. And the technique I've been using has been this file. I'll grab it on both ends and just shave. See how that stuff's coming up? Now if I'm using both hands, right now I'm holding the phone with one, so it makes it kind of awkward. But you're shaving with a sharp, not real sharp, but just straight edge. Just a good crisp corner. And you can see, you can plow through this relatively quickly and get down into some nice, decent meat. Now I'm actually pulling this towards myself, so I'm wearing a lap full of this gunk, but at the same time gives me good control. And all you really got to do is just shave the muck off. See what you got working with. First thing, biggest goal right there. Now, on this side of things, we had a branch. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take my file and actually kind of work with it while I'm turning around doing this. I might even go in, grab a hand plane after a bit, turn around and get this all smooth. When I do that, I'll actually show you, I'll clamp it on the table or something. See about getting some kind of camera holder too. Okay, if you take a look, you can see the wood, the actual good, nice wood, starting to come out of this. It's turning out nice, but we do have a mild problem. This is a branch hole. The problem with this branch hole, if you look at it, a lot of the wood inside, grab this, a lot of the wood inside is just as desiccated and nasty as the stuff before. It's the stuff all over on the rest of the outside. To give you an idea of how far I've shaved, which ain't a lot, I haven't shaved the area closest to me yet. You can see there's a fair bit. All that outside nastiness, it's basically rotten wood. It's going to turn around and come back and bite you later if you don't get it off. This right here, another area branch grew. Broke it off while I was doing my thing. Really didn't pay much heed to it. Mulberry has a habit of turning around when it grows out. I'm just using the handle of the file right now. When it grows out, it leaves this little area. And that area is going to rot. So, if you go do this yourself, choose a piece of wood that you've got some decent area to turn around and work with, and you know you can cut out. Like this right here, this is where a big branch was. Actually, I had a branch growing inside a branch. It's a knot hole inside a bigger knot hole. But as you can see, not going down that terribly far. And what I'm getting is a really, really nice piece of wood. It's going to make a beautiful beautiful hammer when I get done, I think. Now, as I said, these might be a problem, but if I clean them out, I take care of them, and when I go and get this all rounded, if I still have any pitting left in there or there, I can turn around and just fill it with a little extra like butcher block oil, and who knows, maybe even some like tongue oil. Just turn around, make sure you treat her really nicely like you do the rest of it. Then I'll just add some character to the hammer, I guess. Personally, I really, really love the different knots and things in this. It's going to really show some character. And she's pretty. I mean, look at those grains. I mean, some of this, yeah, it's the ribs of the file. But a lot of this is not. A lot of this is just beautiful grain. And the main thing you're looking for when you're shaving something like this down, from what I'm noticing, from what I know from the past, is you see this crap right here? You get it off in slugs, and until you start hitting and you're shaving off dust, and I mean dust, not like particles from the bottom of a guinea pig cage, but dust, you're not down far enough. And once you hit that spot, you're probably going to want to go down a little further. Now this is only the first step of really reclaiming this wood back. Second step is going to be, once I get all done, I'm going to sand her down, get her all nice and smooth. I mean, look at that. I got figured just the way it is. It's kind of neat looking. And you can see one of those pits right here. So I'm gonna have to dig down more. But once I get her all nice and smooth and down to the really good wood, gonna sand her a bit. I'm gonna turn around and let this thing start taking shape. Once I get her all done and everything, I'll show you the finished step before I start getting to the sanding. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna do the sanding by hand. I'm gonna use probably an Orville sander. I don't have any fancy shop equipment. I mean, I have a couple things that are fancy, but we'll bring those out at a later date. Right now, we're gonna just get our hands dirty and have some fun and enjoy some beautiful weather. Well, I might have ran into a small snag on this project. As you can tell, I've been working on this. Got her a lot smoother. Looking pretty good so far. But as I was working around, getting more and more, bet you can tell already, there's a problem right here. And if I turn it around even more, you can see that problem. She had rotted quite a bit into it. Now, that might be a problem. I mean, there's still some damp wood in here. So, what I might actually end up doing, is letting her dry in the garage for another couple weeks. See what she does. I've gotten almost all the dampness off. I'm gonna get in here more. That way she doesn't rot anymore in there. Pick out this stuff. That way she doesn't get all rotten in there. And hopefully I can salvage her. This, I would say, yeah, you can just cut it right out. Except, she's pretty equidistant, so she's kind of centered in there. I don't know. Might have to hold off on this one. She definitely has a lot of good wood in her. She might be a first carving project instead of a first carving hammer. I don't know yet. I don't know. Yeah, right there is some problematic wood. And you're thinking, stop picking at it. No. This stuff right here, you should not be able to do that with your nail on anything but like the softest wood. You should not be able to dig out chunks. I mean, I got decent nails, but that's a little ridiculous. Well, it's been probably a half hour or so. I've been working with her. She's getting better and better. That divoted area, about what you saw, is about what I have. Say hello to Falcor. She is somewhat adopted and basically thinks she's a dog and a chicken at the same time. But anyways, yeah, that divot, not a killer. I might have to do like an oval mallet, but definitely not a killer. And the rest of it, man, this wood is beautiful. It's got a lot of figure to it, but I think it's gonna be a fun mallet.